Welcome, my friends. I am Sir Persevere, Knight of the Hand-Drawn Realm. I am also an enthusiast of high-quality hand animation. Today, I shall discuss the movie known as Batman Hush. I will admit up front I am not well versed on the Batman comics. Yes, I know the basic story of Batman. His parents were killed in cold blood when he was but a child. He was subsequently raised by Alfred the butler and inherited his parents' vast monetary fortune. When he grew up, Bruce wanted to fight crime, so he left Gotham and went to Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins for training. When his training was complete, Bruce had a falling out with the League of Assassins and went back to Gotham. With his training, combined with his millionaire tech and fear of bats, Bruce Wayne became the Batman. During his career, he built up a roster of supervillains, including Bane, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, Clayface, Riddler, Catwoman, and the Joker. Joker is the yang to Batman's yin. Batman has relationships with several women, with Catwoman being his most consistent companion. Outside of this and the fact that he was part of the Justice League, I do not know a lot about the stories that happen in the comics. I have another thing to admit up front. I have only started getting into the DC home release animated universe as of 2019. From what I've seen so far, I enjoy the series, though I currently have only 2 of the movies. I will be reviewing Batman Hush by standalone standards. Honestly, I like it. Now, with that long-winded disclaimer out of the way, let's get on with the review. This will be the first of several videos, as I will break down the movie by each scene. As with all my videos, this channel is not targeted to children. If you are a child, please go to another channel. Also, please go check out Odin's movie blog if you haven't already. He's really informative when it comes to box office numbers. Now, on to part 1 of the Batman Hush commentary. First of all, I just want to express how happy I am with the opening sequence of the movie. Right off the bat, you have the Warner Brothers logo, and then Daffy Duck jumping out from behind the logo and doing all sorts of loony things. Just look at all these crazy and impossible stunts he's pulling. With realistic CGI, and even Pixar animation, you don't get characters pulling these stunts. Why? Because it would look horrible if CGI characters did stuff like that. The rating of any CGI movie that had characters pulling goofy moves would be immediately converted into a horror film unfit for child viewing. It looks natural with a hand-drawn character pulling these dance moves. However, if a CGI character did the same, it would look like unnatural contortions, and you would feel like calling the hospital to get the character some medical help. Unlike Disney, it looks as though Warner Brothers is starting to embrace high-quality Western hand animation again, even if it still does Tumblr shows and is investing more money into low-grade anime. I shall continue to monitor Warner Brothers with great interest. Next, you have the DC equivalent to the MCU opening screen. While I would say that I like the MCU opening Marvel screen better, the DC opening intro has its strengths also. You get to see the major members of the Justice League before the screen zooms out to show many more DC characters. The story of Batman Hush itself begins with a view of Gotham City. Just look at that beautiful cityscape. I love the artistry that went into depicting the skyscrapers, and that bridge zigzagging through Gotham is illustrated with very smooth contours. As the camera zooms closer in on the scene, you can hear sirens in the background, reminding the viewer that Gotham is very much a crime-ridden metropolis. Finally, we reach the building where the story kicks off. I don't know what the building is called, but it looks nice enough to host a corporate board meeting. In fact, that's exactly what's going on inside. In the building, we see Bruce Wayne walking through a crowd of upper-class gentry. Everyone present is surprised to see him, and no wonder. Mr. Wayne is normally absent from such assemblies because he's Batman, a secret that is known to very few people. At any rate, Bruce brushes past the rich folks in order to gain the privacy that he needs to talk to Alfred and Nightwing on his earpiece. Bruce asks Alfred if there are any updates in criminal activity. Alfred states that there are no updates, and then encourages Master Bruce to take it easy for the night and talk to someone in the crowd. It's not like Batman has to watch over Gotham City every night after all. At that moment, Bruce spies Selina Kyle, also known as Catwoman, in the crowd and enjoying a drink. When he mentions her presence, Alfred comments that perhaps Selina is just there to enjoy herself. After all, it had been a year since she last did anything illegal. Bruce states that it's been 16 months since Catwoman last did anything dirty. As he says this, his brow darkens as he tries to figure out why Selina has come to the gala. Nightwing then chimes in over the communication, and the scene goes to him fighting a criminal gang. For those who don't know, Nightwing was the original Robin who was adopted by Batman. When he grew up, Nightwing left his Robin persona behind to take on a new crime-fighting identity. His civilian name is Dick Grayson. Anyway, Nightwing voices his opinion that Selina is at the party because she wants to find some rich person to steal from. Before he can say anything else, Nightwing is bogged down with fighting more thugs. I love this scene. Nightwing really takes it to the criminals. He throws thugs into shipping containers and performs acrobatic stunts. The fire behind him makes for a good cinematic flair. And look at Nightwing punching that big guy. His face will surely be bruised and swollen by morning. And that knife hand to the neck. Ouch! This thug just isn't having a good night. Batman reminds Nightwing that he was just supposed to be scouting the place. Nightwing replies that the illegal heroin shipment was going to take place that night, so he decided to torch the place. Right then, the building behind him explodes, to which Nightwing responds with, "Who knew heroin was so flammable?" At that moment, a gunman opens fire on Nightwing, and he pulls Spider-Man maneuvers to get away from the bullets. Bruce hears the shots over his earpiece and tells Nightwing he will be at his location in 5 minutes. Doubtless, he is concerned for the welfare and capability of his adopted son. Nightwing, however, sees it as an issue of trust and asks his adopted father, "Where's the trust?" He then tosses an explosive batarang to disarm the gunman before knocking him out. Once the gunman is knocked down, Nightwing explains that the fight will be over in 2 minutes. Nightwing then runs away from the scene as police sirens approach and states that everything is under control. The scene switches back to Bruce at the gala. Alfred asks Bruce if he has any idea as to why Catwoman would be at the party. Bruce replies that he will ask her himself. Selina sees Bruce approaching and goes to meet him. She asks him what brings him to this occasion. Bruce replies that this is a mandatory board meeting for the company hosting the party. It appears that the company doing the hosting is Wayne Enterprises, which was founded by Bruce's father, and Bruce is a board member of that company. Bruce asks Selina how she's been doing, and if there's anything new in her life. She tells him that she's at a crossroads in her life. Bruce then reminds her that sometimes change is good. Bruce and Selina are interrupted in their conversation when Thomas Elliot joins them. Mr. Elliot reminds Bruce that he never comes to the galas. Bruce introduces Thomas to Selina as a good friend and a world-renowned brain surgeon. Bruce then tells Selina that he and Thomas were inseparable as kids, especially after Bruce lost his parents. Elliot then offers to buy Bruce and Selina drinks. When Elliot leaves Bruce alone for a minute in order to get the drinks, Alfred contacts him. Apparently, Bane is up to no good again, and he kidnapped a kid for ransom. Alfred then explains that he will give Bruce's phone a ring so that Bruce can have an excuse to leave the gala. Once Bruce's earphone rings, he gives Selina an apologetic look and tells her that he has some business to tend to, but that he would like to see her again soon, as he enjoyed their meeting. Once she's left alone, Selina bitterly exclaims that it was nice while it lasted. Just then, her phone rings. She picks it up to read the following text message. "Here, kitty, kitty." Obviously, whoever sent her the thinly coded message is up to no good, and wishes to utilize Catwoman for some nefarious purpose. Her immediate response to the message is a somewhat blank expression upon her face, followed by her eyes glowing even greener than usual. Uh-oh. It looks like maybe Selina is under some kind of mind control. When Elliot returns with the drinks, he notices that both Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle are gone. The expression on his face following this discovery is priceless. He's pretty bummed that he can't have a chat with his childhood friend. "You have my sincerest condolences, Mr. Elliot." Thomas then exclaims, "Seriously? Both of them?" He then shrugs it off and begins drinking the beverages himself while musing that Bruce and Selina are a perfect couple. And that, my friends, is the conclusion of the first scene of the movie. Before I end the video, I would like to state my appreciation for the artwork here. It's quite reminiscent of the art Warner Brothers used to utilize in films like The Iron Giant. This is the kind of animation I've been starving for as someone who loves high-quality traditional Western animation. Put that animation together with quality storytelling involving the Justice League, and I'm in. Please don't stop this anytime soon, Warner Brothers. I love this. Also, I enjoyed Bruce and Selina meeting up at the gala. I do like the romance between Batman and Catwoman. It's obvious that they really like each other, but they also are constantly separated from each other by their different views on life. Batman wants to save people and stop crime, and Catwoman is a cat burglar. Such is the way with many people in love. One partner has a fundamental viewpoint of life, and the other partner has a polar opposite view. They want to be together, but they know that their viewpoints will drive them apart. Such is the sad reality of the world, and the Batman-Catwoman dynamic tends to capture that well. Stay tuned for the next installment of the series, my friends. I will be making more review videos of Batman Hush until I reach the conclusion of the movie.
And stay tuned for my theories along the way.
Speckles the Salamander, how good to see you again, my friend.
Likewise, my good sir.
What theories are you going to expound upon?
Well, there is the matter of the identity of Hush himself. I have a pretty good idea as to who this chap is.
Do you now? Well, who do you think he is?
You will have to wait for my video to find out.
Very well. Thank you for the announcement, Speckles. Now, my friends, go forth, be gracious to everyone, and may God bless you.